All right, welcome. If you're here, chances are you're feeling that constant drain on your system, right? It's like an internal brownout that no amount of coffee seems to fix. Today, we're not just going to talk about that fatigue, we're going to lay out the exact clinical protocol to fix it. So let's dive right in. So let's start with the big question. What's really behind the brain fog, the bloating, that feeling that you're just running on fumes? I can tell you it's not just about getting more sleep or managing stress. The real problem, the root cause, is happening way deeper, right down at the cellular level. It's basically a battle between two completely different states your body can be in. And here's what that battle looks like. Your cells are either in one of two states. Over on the left, you've got survival mode. We call this mitochondrial fission. See how those little engines in your cells, the mitochondria, are all fragmented and scattered? That's a low power, just get by state. Our goal, the whole point of this, is to get you over to the right, energy mode, or mitochondrial fusion. Here, those same engines link up, they connect into these powerful networks, and you get peak performance. The entire RISE protocol is designed to engineer that exact shift. Now, to make that shift happen, you have to understand your body's internal power grid. And the master switch for that entire grid is a critical partnership called the gut mitochondria axis. And look, this isn't just a cool concept. It is the literal power cord for your entire body. Think of it like this, okay? Your gut microbes, all those little guys in your gut, they're the signalers. They take the food you eat and they turn it into chemical messages. And those messages get sent directly to your mitochondria, the engines inside every single one of your cells, telling them to either power up or power down. When that communication line is crystal clear, you feel amazing. When it gets staticky or breaks, that's when you feel that drain. So, what's the most important message in this whole conversation? It's a molecule called butyrate. Butyrate is what we call a postbiotic. It's what your good gut bacteria make when they ferment fiber. You can really think of it as the microbial fuel injector for your entire body. It is the single most important currency that runs this entire system. Just how critical is butyrate? Get this. It provides up to 70% of the direct fuel for the cells that line your colon, your colonocytes. That's the energy they need to keep the gut wall strong and sealed up tight. Without enough butyrate, that wall starts to crumble, you get leaky gut, and that triggers system-wide inflammation that just saps your energy. Okay, so this is absolutely crucial. Before we can even think about rebuilding your energy, we have to stop what's attacking your gut in the first place. This is phase 1 of the protocol, the reset. We have to clean house and, most importantly, stop the insult that is actively cutting your power cord. And one of the biggest insults we have to get out of there is glyphosate. Now, you've probably heard that it's safe for humans because our cells don't have something called the shikimate pathway. And that's true, our human cells don't. But here's the catch. Over half of our essential gut bacteria do. Glyphosate was designed to target that pathway, which means it basically acts like a broad-spectrum antibiotic inside your gut, wiping out the very microbes you need to produce energy. And you know what? It gets even worse. The commercial formulas aren't just glyphosate. They're packed with these co-formulants that are designed to help the chemical get into cells. And these additives can be up to 1,000 times more toxic than the glyphosate itself. They are absolutely brutal on your gut lining. This is why the reset phase isn't just a suggestion. It's the mandatory first step to stop this constant chemical assault. So how do we do it? We call it the clean sweep, and it's a really straightforward 2-step process. First, we remove. That means a strict elimination of non-organic wheat, corn, and soy, plus all those processed sugars and industrial seed oils that are just feeding the wrong bacteria. Second, we bind. We use binders like humic or fulvic acid, which act like tiny magnets, trapping these residual toxins in the gut so your body can safely get them out. Okay, so once we've stopped the insult, your body can finally start to heal and regenerate. And this isn't some random process. It follows a very predictable timeline. I want you to think of this next part as your personal roadmap, so you know exactly what to expect and when to expect it. Now, one really important heads up before we look at that timeline. As we start to starve out those harmful bacteria, they release toxins as they die off. This can cause what we call a healing crisis or a Herxheimer reaction. You might feel a little tired, maybe get a headache. Please do not be discouraged. This is actually a powerful sign that the protocol is working. You are successfully cleaning house. So here's your map. Within just 3 days, you'll start to notice a real microbial shift, things changing with your digestion as we starve out the bad guys. Around day 7, that's when that potential healing crisis might pop up. But by day 30, the real magic starts happening. Your gut wall begins to repair itself, and those tight junctions start to seal back up. But the grand prize, that comes around day 120. That's when we see true mitochondrial recovery. Your systemic energy comes roaring back because you've literally built brand new, super efficient cellular engines.
So, how do we help you get to day 120? Well, that brings us to the next phase. Actively rebuilding your gut and giving it all the raw materials it needs for those new cellular engines. This is the support and supplement phase.
We use something called the 3-Biotic Symphony. It's like a toolkit for your gut. Prebiotics are the fertilizer. They're specific fibers that feed your good bacteria. Probiotics, especially the tough spore-based kinds, act like snipers that help recondition the entire gut environment. And finally, postbiotics, like our friend butyrate, are the direct fuel for your gut cells and mitochondria. And to really speed this all up, we use 2 really powerful strategies. First is the 3-ferment rule. You eat 3 different fermented foods every single day. This just floods your gut with a ton of microbial diversity. Second is glycine saturation. See, glyphosate looks a lot like the amino acid glycine to your body. So we supplement with 3 to 5 grams of the real stuff. This floods your system with actual glycine, which basically crowds out the imposter and protects your cells. All right, so once you've done all the hard work and rebuilt your power grid, the goal is to keep it that way for life. This is the final phase, the Excel phase, where we lock in all those results with a few non-negotiable lifestyle habits. These are really the 4 pillars. You need quality sleep. That's when your microbiome repairs itself. Pulsed fasting, like a simple 16-8 window, triggers a cellular cleanup to get rid of old, damaged mitochondria. A daily stress practice, even just 10 minutes, lowers cortisol and protects your gut. And finally, consistent movement actually tells your body to produce more of that all-important fuel, butyrate. You see, this journey from fatigue back to fuel, it's not a mystery. It's science. It's about stopping the insult, trusting the timeline, and actively rebuilding your cellular engines. So the question isn't, what's wrong with me anymore? The real question is, are you ready to follow the map and reboot your internal power grid?